Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Of course, my name is Nick, and here we do talk toys, pop culture, and general nerddom of all kinds. And sometimes, just sometimes, we talk a little shit about other subjects. Today what we're going to do is we are going to talk a little bit of nostalgia first. Before we get into that, though, I would like to get you guys to hit that subscribe button and that like button and that notification bell if you haven't already. If you've been to the channel a few times, you're on the fence about it, but you do like the content, go ahead and subscribe. It actually means the world to me, costs you nothing, and it does help the channel grow, and I appreciate every single one that does it. But back into nostalgia. So, for nostalgia's purpose today, we're actually going to review a product from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. It's a newer product, it's by NECA, and I was able to pick it up at my local Walmart on clearance in the collector's section for $25, no less. Now, if you were a child of the 80s and the 90s like myself, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a pretty big deal for you. So imagine this. Imagine being a child, 9, 10 years old. You're already a huge fan of the Turtles. Your parents take you to the movies, and it's March of 1990 exactly, and you were going to see the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film for the very first time. As a 10-year-old, this movie absolutely blew me away when it hit the screen. I didn't think it would translate to live action very well, but for the time it did. Now, in my mind, the movie doesn't hold up very well special effects wise now, but back in the day, that was an absolutely fantastic film. A lot of people now actually think it's nightmare fuel, but, you know, I can't help that they're wrong. So, I mean, here's the thing. This is a 2-pack from that film, and it is Splinter and Shredder, or the Splinter versus Shredder NECA 2-pack. Again, I was able to pick that up at my local Walmart for about 25 bucks out of the section that was on clearance in the collector's area. There was a whole bunch of stuff on clearance before they did the reset. I was able to snag these guys. This is a fantastic 2-pack. It does represent the characters quite well, as a matter of fact, and I can't wait to show it to you. So let's go ahead, dive in, and take a look. Alright guys, like we do always, here is the box treatment for the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter and Shredder 2-pack. Now again, this was 25 bucks at my local Walmart, and I guess it's due to them doing the reset in the clearance aisle, or the reset in the NECA aisle, or the collectibles section rather. But you can see NECA puts together a hellacious 2-pack. I mean, this is really awesome. It does have the 90s graphics here with the guys coming out of the sewer. It's got the 90s logo. But of course, since Nickelodeon does own TMNT, it does have that in the corner now. But all in all, man, the box treatment for this is really nice. You can see them in the window really well. Splinter over here, Shredder over there, the various accessories. You go to the top, you get a big TMNT logo. When I bought mine, the hanger was tore off of it, of course. No wonder it's on clearance, right? The NECA logo here. You go down the side, of course, it does have some pictures of the guys from the movie. This side will have Shredder, figure photography form. This side will have Splinter in that form as well. And you go to the back, of course, and you'll get some more figure photography here. You'll get a blurb about this, and you can pause to read that if you want to, but this is, of course, the Splinter versus Shredder 2-pack. I don't have to tell you that. And let's go ahead and take a look at the barcode, should anybody need this. I don't know if anybody would now, since this is older, but check your Walmarts, because I'm pretty sure these are still going for 25 bucks if you can find one. Alright guys, diving into accessories first, we have Splinter's accessories. You'll have 6 hands extra here. You'll have a set of holding hands, a set of other holding hands, maybe meditation hands. You have a set of pointing hands. They are nicely detailed and dry brushed to the same color as the figure. You'll have a set of flip-flops that do fit nicely on his feet. You'll have a pair of nunchucks with a bendy wire there. And you'll have a TCRI ooze canister. Unfortunately, the ooze canister isn't light piped or anything, so it doesn't have any green glow. That would have been cool, but that's okay. But all in all, man, these figures do match, and of course you'd have to have flip-flops, because nobody wants to be walking barefoot in a sewer. Alright guys, here we have 1990's Father of the Year, aka Master Splinter. He is out of the box, and he's looking all somber like he's about to tell you a story or a parable. And of course the paint apps on this are great. You know how NECA always does. The dry brushing's top-notch. He looks like he stepped right off the movie screen. And it does have the little tchotchke details, like the ear is missing part of the way like it was in the movie. And he is a faithful representation of what you saw in the film. I mean, the kimono here is a little bit dirty and torn and tattered. It is cloth goods, of course, and you love to see that. NECA is second to none at doing that when they do it. They haven't done it a lot these days, but when they do it well. The articulation on this guy is going to be sparse, but we're going to take a look at him anyway. We're going to turn him to the side so you can get a good side look there, the rips in the sleeve. You can come around the back, and again, you'll get the tattered and torn look from the kimono, and you'll see the big old long tail's been dry brushed and detailed as well. They did a really good job with this guy. The articulation, it's not going to be a whole lot because Splinter's a really thin character. So what you're looking at is you're looking at, arms that could go all the way around, but the kimono gets in the way. And they do go out to a T. It does not have any bicep swivel. Instead, the elbow swivels for that motion. It's got a single jointed elbow. It has a single jointed wrist with wrist rock and wrist rotation. It's got a decent amount of upward look to the head, but then when you try to get him to look down, it's not as decent. The head does turn kind of well from side to side. Not really well, but kind of well. This guy doesn't have much in the realm of head articulation. It does have ab crunch. It does have waist rotation. It's got those big old double-jointed, well, single-jointed knees, not double-jointed. It's a single-jointed knee, but the knee does pivot to make up for lack of thigh cut. It's got ankle rock, ankle pivot, and toticulation. And also, the tail is on a bendy wire, which is really cool, because it allows you to use that as a stand just in case he doesn't stand up as well. But yeah, Splinter, all in all, guys, pretty faithful representation from what I saw on the screen in 1990. I mean, you guys can get a look at him from the side there. He is properly distressed. Get a look at him from the side here. Pretty awesome still. This figure looks like it stepped across the screen, and that brings back that nostalgic vibe. Alright, so let's talk about Shredder's accessories here. First, you see this fantastic cape, which is faithful to the cloth design in the movie. It's huge. It feels good in hand. It's got a posy wire here in it. And you'll get two hands here with a slice of pizza. Don't know why he has a slice of pizza. I seem to remember Splinter eating that more. And he has two bladed hands here for the opposite side. He's got a knife that seats into that sheath that it comes with. And he's got this big long spear that he was going to use at the end of the movie. Now, we'll look here at the cape. If you open it, it does have a clasp here and here to put it together around his neck so you don't have to remove the head sculpt. Let's take a look at the Shredder himself. Now, here we have the Shredder out of the box, looking all appropriate to the 1990 film again. His uniform is pretty sparkly here, and I remember the material in the movie being pretty sparkly too, so this is accurate. The detail on this guy is insane. The silvers and the chainmail pop on this guy. The leatherwork pops. He's got his two-toed tabby boots. He's got his black belt around sash. The articulation on this guy is pretty hindered because I don't think this is an Ultimate figure. But you can see inside the mask there is a fully fleshed out head sculpt there, and I'll show you more about that here in a minute. But the detail on this guy is insane. The metal work and the paint work is on point for this guy. The blades are on point. The skin tone is on point. This guy also has a really, really good, and I mean absolutely good, chainmail brushing going on here. And here's more of the sparkly outfit again, of course. Let's talk about the articulation. Alright, since this guy is not a NECA Ultimate figure, he's not going to have the standard Ultimate articulation. His head will go all the way around, look up and down, tilt side to side. The arms will go out to a T, but I suspect they're not going to go all the way around due to these guys here. His elbows are single jointed and they do swivel because the guy does not have a bicep swivel to speak of. He has wrist rock, wrist rotation. I don't think he has waist rotation. I'm not positive. I'm not going to try to tax that. It looks like it might be separated at the belt piece for that, but I'm not going to try it. He can do the Shredder splits to an extent. And he does have single jointed knees that also pivot like his elbows to make up for the lack of thigh cut. And he has ankle rock and ankle pivot, of course. But this guy is pretty insane. The detail on him is nuts. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this piece off, and I'll show you what he looks like under the mask. So you can remove that piece and see the scar that Splinter left him with when he was younger. I mean, it's not bad. The likeness is definitely there, but the likeness isn't perfect, of course. But again, I mean, this is a pretty damn good shredder. So, as always, it is size comparison time. Here you have Splinter and Shredder decked out in all their glory, next to Jazzwares Danhausen. He's rocking about the same size as Shredder. That would be normal, I think. And of course, Splinter's going to be a little smaller because he is a mutated rat. I mean, he's not really going to have human proportions. And you look over here, of course, and you have the Krampus from Figura Obscura and the Mythic Legions line and the Four Horsemen. He does tower over them, but he is about the same size as Shredder. So these do fit in a lot of different universes, and I don't really have anything NECA out to compare him to except Doc Brown back there, but he is the same size as Shredder. So these do fit in the NECA universe as well. I just wanted to pick these up because they were nostalgic, and, you know, honestly, it makes me think of sitting in front of the TV or going to the theater back in 1990 when I was a kid and watching this. These guys are absolutely amazing. For that, even with the lack of articulation, I'm going to go ahead and go 10 out of 10 on these. They're fantastic. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and taking a look at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter vs. Shredder 2-pack from the 1990 film. Man, like I said, absolute nostalgia is what these brought back. I mean, I can still smell the popcorn from being in the theater after doing this. And you know, again, like, a lot of people are different. A lot of people have niche fandoms. When I was a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was absolutely huge. Power Rangers after that. I mean, the list just went on and on and on. We were the generation that grew up with X-Men 97. So a lot of these fandoms for us are really, really huge, and I'm sure if a lot of you watch it or near my age, you can sympathize with that. What I'll do, if you like what you saw today and you do like the product, I'll go ahead like I always do and leave a link below in the description so you can purchase one of your own. My advice too would be to check your local Walmarts. They may still have a few of these out there for 25 bucks. I'm not sure, but I have seen other reviewers find them. So it may be a good idea to check them if you want them at that price point. That said, now I can do you guys a favor anytime you toy shop, especially if you shop on Entertainment Earth. You can use code NICK at checkout now to save 10% on your purchase. It doesn't have to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys. In fact, it can be anything you purchase from the site. I also have a link below as an affiliate that you can use as well. You can do that too. And we have a lot of things coming down the pipe on the channel. We do have Toy Hio coming up, and we do have AEW Collision in the middle of June around the 15th. The 16th is my birthday, so that's how I'm celebrating this year. I'm going to a toy convention, filming a toy hunt, and we are going to film just a hair at Collision to get some extra footage for you guys. Maybe a little B-roll present for you wrestling fans out there. Now, also, that said, if you do like this sort of content, if you like travel, pop culture, nostalgia, toy reviews, all that stuff, this is the channel. I mean, we do have a lot of subscribers now. We're at 3,170. I didn't believe we would ever get past 300, but here we are. And you guys are legendary. The ones that have hit that button and stuck with this channel, I absolutely love you guys for it. And if you're new here and you're considering doing that, go ahead and hit subscribe. It costs you nothing. It means the world to me, and it does get us out in the algorithm and help the channel grow. It's worked so far, and you guys are amazing. So that said, guys, stay legendary, keep collecting, and I will see you in the next video.